If you're serious about action cameras, there's only one brand to really consider. GoPro practically invented the market, and their latest flagship shooter, the Hero 7 Black, is the best one you can get right now. With powerful gimbal-like stabilization, real-time sharing, and an easier-to-use UI, the Hero 7 Black is a definite no-brainer upgrade for people who already have the Hero 5 Black and older, and is a must-consider, even for people who still have last year's model. There's very little difference externally when you compare the Hero 7 Black to last year's iteration. Obviously, there are a few touches here and there that visually discern the model from the previous generation, like the rounded, less aggressive corners and the large model number on the side. That means the Hero 7 Black will fit all of the accessories that are available on the Hero 6 Black, and people who have already invested in the GoPro ecosystem can just upgrade without having to worry about parts compatibility. The biggest change here is all on the inside. While the Hero 7 Black still uses the same GP1 processor as last year's model, there's more RAM now in the camera. GoPro doesn't want to say how much more exactly, but the higher RAM overhead allows one of the biggest features to ever hit the tiny camera: Hypersmooth. Hypersmooth is the Hero 7 Black's highlight stabilization feature that trounces any in-camera solution available today for consumers. It's all software-based and not optical, which means that the stabilization doesn't hit any hardware limits like an optical solution would. We've been shooting all around Koh Samui and Bangkok in Thailand with the Hero 7 Black for the past week, and we were blown away at just how stable our footage was. GoPro describes Hypersmooth as gimbal-like in its performance, and we wholeheartedly agree. Footage shot while on a bumpy tuk-tuk on the streets of Bangkok and on the boat on the Mekong River looks rock solid, without any kind of annoying shake that usually renders a majority of the footage shot this way unusable. It's that particular stability that will render most aftermarket hardware solutions for stabilization moot. In our opinion, Hypersmooth makes for more compelling footage compared to a GoPro attached to a gimbal, for example, since the horizon isn't artificially kept level, which doesn't rob the footage you shot of its sense of movement and momentum. This amazing stability allows for a few neat things as well. Time warp, for example, is similar to hyperlapse, but is way better. Thanks to the excellent in-camera stabilization, you can now shoot super smooth time-lapse that makes boring walks through crowded market squares and drives to your eventual destination visually interesting. As for shooting modes, the Hero 7 Black can shoot 4K 60 frames per second and up to 240 frames per second for super smooth slow-mo on Full HD. GoPro's also included Super Photo, their fancy name for better HDR, and photos from the camera shot this way look pretty good for what they are and the conditions that they were taken in. GoPro's also done a lot of work overhauling the UI to make using the camera easier. You can now switch settings quickly and easily without going through labyrinthian menus, and pairing the camera with your phone has never been easier. You can now also shoot in portrait mode to make sharing to Facebook and Instagram easier. There's also live stream support available for Facebook as well, and the camera uses the RTMP protocol, so you can also use it on Twitch and YouTube if you're willing to jump through a few hoops to get it working. The only thing we don't like about it is battery life. It could be better, and while it's not exactly bad per se, it's roughly the same as you'd expect from a Hero 6 Black. The good news is that both cameras use the exact same battery, so sourcing an extra one won't be a pain in the butt. So, the Hero 7 Black is pricey at $24,690, but if you're really serious about creating content, then it's a no-brainer purchase. There's enough meat in this year's iteration of the venerable action camera to warrant an upgrade, even if you still have the Hero 6 Black. It's the most versatile, powerful, and user-friendly GoPro ever, despite its high price tag.